You took a deep breath like you had something to say. I thought you were going somewhere.
I feel unbelievably conflicted, but at the end, quite happy.
My God, what a game. It was, some would say tantric.
Some have been saying that tonight.
I don't know if that's the word I would use. This was a painful tease of a game, but guess what? When the game was on the line, you go to Nikola Jokic, the reigning MVP, greatest basketball player in the world, and he delivered for you 39 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, triple-double. Incredible. He left little doubt in overtime. We're going to have some fun with it. We're presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. I made a crap load of money today.
Did you?
I don't want to brag. I don't know.
Load.
I know it's not. I don't know what
wow.
to say here. Yeah, that's very dad energy.
I know, that's the
I know you're not supposed to talk about money, guys, but I DraftKings was good to me tonight.
Just never reveal how big your unit is.
It was a huge unit. It was a really big
Never
unit.
reveal.
I don't like to talk about my unit. Harrison Wind is feeling giddy over here, man. We got
before we went live, Adam was nervous about the vibes, and Harrison over here.
I found the second
vibes,
gear
dude.
tonight like Nikola Jokic found the second gear in overtime.
We nicknamed him Vibison in the lead-up. Vibison. And Harrison.
Oh, all right.
Man, screw you.
We've heard better.
You know what? The vibes suck now.
I've got D-Light over here.
You know what? I'm already back from that little snap I just had.
I appreciate it. Yeah. You are back. I mean, this game, man, it really was. It's fun to say, like, was this a fun game?
No.
Hell no. Absolutely not.
This feels like we just finished a triathlon.
This was a war.
This was a real battle. It was a real slog.
48-minute war. I'm sorry,
was
52-minute war.
It was a
53.
marathon. It was a marathon, but Jokic sprinted through the finish line. Figuratively, not literally. He walked through the finish line of this game, but he walked into 39 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists. I know people were like, after this game, I put out a tweet in the third quarter. It's 100% accurate, saying Jokic is totally gassed.
Absolutely.
Like, Jokic was like, honestly, I have not seen him this tired since the playoffs last year, where it was like, anybody that watches him knows he was just like completely on fumes. That's how he was in this game, and then when he goes off, a bunch of people was like, this didn't age well. I was like, yes, it did. He overcame that, but it wasn't like he was like sprinting through the lane, just dunking on guys, diving on the floor. He was like walking to a spot, holding the ball for 5 seconds, and then made buckets.
Yeah, no, I don't know that what you can I don't know if you can describe what Nikola Jokic did in overtime as energy expenditure. Like, I think that he just I think that was classic bully ball.
It really.
I'll tell you what the difference was, though. He was settling throughout the entire second half. He was settling for threes, settling for jumpers that were missing badly. Like, he had some bad misses. Airball three
at the very end of his second to last stint. Was bad.
And I agree. He's had some subpar games for his standards as of late, but I hadn't gotten the sense that he's been super fatigued or tired in them. I just don't think he's been that great. But tonight, I haven't seen him this fatigued in a while. He looked absolutely gassed in the second half, but when it really counted late in the fourth, got to the post against Valanciunas, took him to school on that spin, then in overtime, got to the bucket again. So I don't know if he found a little bit of a second wind or he just kind of turned the aggressiveness up, but he went from kind of settling to getting higher percentage shots in the end, and that's what worked.
Dude, you know what this show could use? A second wind. What's Mark up to?
He's probably watching. Shout out, Mark.
We need a second wind.
I think it is underrated about Jokic how good he is at overcoming adversity, or I don't just like toughing it out.
Yeah,
how good he was, because that is the thing is like I think Jokic has been running out of steam throughout this entire road trip. Honestly, like he has been pretty sluggish and increasingly slow, and tonight it was like he was really dead. It actually adds to what he did tonight that he was able to overcome it, but it doesn't. We also, I don't think, can diminish the fact that he looked especially tired. He's done this more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. He's done this a dozen times or more where you're just like, he is so dead, what can he do? And what he does is like so much more than you expected. Yeah. But exactly what you needed.
I know they've been on the road for a bit. I'm a little surprised he's looking very fatigued. I mean, he did just have a week off, 4 games off with the wrist. I'm a little surprised that he's looked as tired as he has.
This is vintage Jokic. Early part of the season, like inexplicably worn down. In seasons past, we would go into psychology corner.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to because he's shown that he's strong and he can get whatever done he needs to. But I mean, there's something about just being on the road, right? Like,
he looked gassed. He was breathing heavy. I mean, there was a stretch in the third quarter where there wasn't a whistle for like 4 minutes. Yeah. And he walked over to the bench, plopped down, and you could tell like his head was spinning a bit.
I'm telling you, man, he gutted through it. I mean, it's impressive to me that what he did tonight.
Absolutely.
That's why it wasn't trying to diminish it. It was impressive that he gutted this one out.
It was almost even better too, because the game-winning Sombor shuffle rimmed out.
It would have been great, but it almost in some ways was better this way.
And then he left 40 points at the line on a free throw.
Man, he could have had a 40
He could have had 40, 11, and 11, or he could have a game winner, but
you know what,
39, 11, and 11 will do.
It was cool. To the point you guys were just making, the game winner would have been the vibe peak. But then we have to watch him move mountains, and there's something reassuring about. Oh, that's right, he's strong enough to move mountains.
I wanted that goddamn vibe piece though. I wanted to like go run.
Well, me too. Yeah.
Whatever.
Let's not complain, shall we?
Too late.
Every win now is like a big win. Everyone's big.
Yeah, we barely talked about anything here, but I know you've already spoken to Malone. Did he enjoy that as much as we did?
Yeah. He did. We talked a lot about Jokic in this presser. Quote, there's actually a point to start that overtime where I said to myself, how lucky am I to have the reigning MVP in a close game on the road that you can play through and you know something good is going to happen.
I can't believe he and I think the exact same thought.
That is how
that thought's running through my head.
I
24 hours a day.
Think about it nonstop. How lucky am I? Not even just for this job, just in life.
Yeah.
We're all watching Jokic. I honestly don't think Jokic understands it.
That's why he has a horse that we all got for him.
Yes, we did. Yes, exactly.
That's exactly what he's done on Twitter. He doesn't quite understand, so we have to all buy him a horse.
Dude, can you imagine if Bubba and Jokic ever got a photo together?
Oh, my God, dude.
We got to make this happen.
We're going to make it happen.
Are we?
I've never made a photo of me and Jokic happen yet, but
I'd rather him a photo with Bubba, to be honest.
Yeah, we need Bubba and Jokic to...
Malone started to talk about the process tonight, but kind of caught himself. So he said this wasn't the greatest win in terms of our defense, but then he sort of caught himself, brought up a couple stats he liked defensively, and then he said, look, you've got to find ways to win games like these on the road. So it's almost like he sort of shifted his mentality halfway through speaking, and which is how I feel. They're in collect wins mode right now.
Totally.
Absolutely,
and you bank this, and you take it, and you don't complain.
By the way, I think they're in collect wins mode for... I was going to say 2 more games, but they actually have another big road trip.
They might be in this mode for 2 more months.
No, 1 more month. It's or not even a month. It's like 3 more weeks because the December they have another long road trip. But come January, they do get like 11 out of 13 at home in a row, and like that's when you go from survive to attack or whatever. But we're not there. We're still in survive mode. We're still in just in survive. And tonight they survived.
Yeah.
Malone on the start of the third quarter. I've got to find a new dance. He likes that line. On Jokic closing out the game. When the game is on the line and we need a basket, the ball is going to him. No more of this equal opportunity offense. No more of this trying to figure it out.
Damn right.
Only a fool would argue, right?
He's joking, but he's also dead serious. And also, by the way, right, he is lucky that he has Jokic. Not because he's a good or bad coach, but just because it is like half of coaching is, do you have this awesome player that saves your ass nonstop? And you're right. Tonight, it's not, what's this play design I draw up? It's like, let's throw it to Jokic at the elbow.
Just get him the ball.
Just do something.
Everyone else move.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
Everybody else just go to the corners.
They're like, we know it's going to be Jokic.
Literally the play.
It's going to be Jokic on Big Val or Big Science or whatever you
want to call it.
I bet if you could poll all the greatest coaches of all time, they'd tell you the same thing. Like, what was your best asset as a coach?
Yeah, Phil Jackson.
I had
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I had Tim Duncan. I had Nikola Jokic. Okay, moving on. We talked about JMyke Green. Quote, JMyke and I, we talked this morning, and I just wanted to grab him and let him know that I care about him.
He always just says grab him. If you ever notice, he's always grabbing for first thing he's doing is grabbing.
Grabbing a jersey.
That was wildly uncomfortable for me.
I've never touched your neck before.
Yeah. Let's make that the last time.
Okay, that's cool with me. I can't imagine another context in which it comes
I'm just
up.
kidding. Get in here.
Right. Okay, I just wanted to grab him and let him know that I care about him. It's not easy to go through what he's going through. His struggles, they're well documented. I just wanted to let him know I still believe in you. And you're not a specialist. So I'm now into paraphrase territory. But just because you're missing shots doesn't mean you have to sort of take yourself out of the game. There's other ways for you to impact the game.
That's a Maloneism too. You're not a specialist.
You're not a specialist.
Nobody has ever been a specialist.
Hey,
under
a
Malone.
little love for JMyke tonight. You're right. It wasn't a banger of a game, but it was a very good one. 10 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. Fills up the entire stat sheet. And here's the most important part. +2. +2.
He is a positive. I will say, as someone who absolutely buried JMyke on the timeline last game, I feel a little better.
the offensive boards, the 2 charges. I'm with Eric.
The charges were big.
I'm not holding my breath.
Big charges.
Hey, but here's the thing, like with sports, you got to tip your hat to guys.
Yes,
It's like,
yeah,
he was down, man. He was really down bad.
Yeah.
There was a mental bubble that he put the work in to burst tonight, right? That's
Right.
not the right analogy, but you guys go. I'm saying that he could have come out and kept moping or been in his head, but there was a concerted. I'm going to help them win tonight. I'm going to get out of this tonight.
He's been so bad.
So
bad the
So
entire
bad.
season. Just to have a game where he finishes in the positives.
It's unbelievable.
The Nuggets bench outscored the Pelicans bench without Jokic on the floor, at least in the first half, maybe in the second half too, I don't know. But just to have a positive game,
Yes.
that's going to do a ton for him.
And not only that, like, he came out and took 2 absolutely god-awful, horrendous-looking
His
shots.
first
and it
2
was
shots of the game, I'm like, this dude's never going to hit another shot in his career.
I was like,
Dude, they were as off as they-
They were so bad.
It was so bad.
He
dude.
shot a 10-footer that went like 18 feet straight.
Yeah.
Like, it was bam.
Yeah,
off
if there
the
was no
backboard and
backboard,
back
that
to
hit
him.
someone
Right,
in
and
row
the fact
2.
that he recovered and like it started with him doing lunch pail shit, like
Yeah,
taking
it's
charges,
true.
getting
Yeah.
rebounds, and just like
I
getting
actually
more
think
active.
he's more. It's weird because as his game has evolved throughout his career, he's gone from lunch pail to like almost finesse. Like
Yeah.
he's a perimeter-oriented player, and I
Yeah.
do feel like he's a guy that probably benefits from do 3 lunch pail things before you get into your groove.
Sure.
Lunch pail.
Lunch
I,
pail.
I
things.
like to do 3 lunch pail things before I can order. Meaning I eat
or
3,
three
I eat
lunches.
3 lunches.
Lunches, yeah, you do
I
have
eat
3
3 lunches
lunches.
before I show up. Yeah.
Anything else from Malone?
More on JMyke. Everyone on that bench, everyone in that locker room respects the hell out of JMyke because of his
Facts.
work ethic and his toughness. Everyone is rooting for him. It was a sort of longer answer, but he concludes it with JMyke Green deserves that, and I'm happy for him.
That's good, man.
It's a good feeling, man.
Right? These good vibes
I like
because he
that.
needed them.
I really do like that. I like about I mean, any basketball season, as we know, is just a series of ups and downs, and it's just like it like really just kind of echoes the plight of life itself. And people go down,
that's
they get
true.
up. It's true, and like I don't know, I just like that he was just so unbelievably terrible, and like he comes back out and everybody is rooting for him, and he like has a game where you like, all right.
This
all
is
right,
also
guy.
where I think Malone really shines as
Yeah.
well. We've watched this guy coach for 7 years. We talk about in the NBA who's a player's coach, who's not a player's coach. Michael Malone is
Oh my God.
as much of a player's coach as you'll ever find. He always has his guys' back. He always sticks with guys when they go cold. He always, sticks with his veterans. He always trusts his veterans. And it's no wonder why that locker room really, really respects him. Because he's always got his guys' back. Every single time he's got their back.
It's also important to remember now in a different role, and maybe not to the extent that we remember it, but last year JMyke Green was a good rotation player. Now it is a different role and a different makeup of the team and what they're asking him to do, and he has been horrible, nearly unplayable, flat out unplayable at times. But Malone not wanting to give up on him, his teammates not giving up on him. That's not just them waiting on a bad player to get good, right? They're waiting on a guy who has contributed to wins before to turn it around. So, by the way, for anyone who had any doubts if JMyke Green is a Malone guy, firmly entrenched in that foxhole guy in that circle of trust.
Definitely a
I
foxhole
love it.
guy.
I still wish that Vlatko had played, but all the same.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, it's easy to do this now, and then maybe he stinks again next game. But
Well, Zeke was rough tonight. I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it, but Zeke had a rough night.
It's a good thing that he came out and played well. He needed to see it.
Yeah.
And let's be frank, man. The bench rescued the starters tonight at times, and JMyke Green was a part of that.
Can we go back to Yoke now? Do you have other notes here?
No, let's go back to Yoke. I can talk about Yoke all night.
Another crazy, you just look at his stats are always insane. But you look at it tonight, 39 points, that's pretty crazy. 11 assists, that's pretty crazy from your center. 11 rebounds, very good. 17 of 23. Yeah, king of the game. DraftKings Sportsbook's king of the game. 17 of 23.
It took him a long time
And
to miss a shot.
he was 17 of 20 from 2.
That's insane. 0 of 3 from 3. Yeah,
Yep.
17 of 20 from 2. Wow. That's pretty insane,
And
man.
I think I remember all 3 of the misses.
Really? It's insane.
wild.
The efficiency is just off the charts, and it's not
one
like
of
they're
them
easy
was
shots.
one of them was an off the dribble Sombor shuffle.
The Sombor,
Right. One of them was the
you're
missed
right.
game winner.
that was halfway down.
I love that it's like, is Jokic clutch and they get overtime and 11 points?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he is.
Can't wait to look at those clutch stats tomorrow.
Agreed there, Walter. That's a good
Pretty
comment.
impressive.
The thing about Jokic's night, though, is he was really sloppy and lethargic almost. I mean, 6 turnovers, a couple of those weren't his fault, but he just totally turned his entire game around, I feel like, in the 4th.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
For
the
sure.
entire concept, the entire feel of his game, he totally flipped.
And internally, I was starting to, I don't know if worry's too strong, but I was a little like, Yoke's body language tonight looks a little mopey. I doubted the king, fellas, and it was just a nice reminder
You
that,
doubt the king, you best not miss.
dude, every time I start to wonder, he does some Jokic stuff, and it's like,
And you're like, oh, I'm an idiot.
yeah.
you guys know that meme, like, everyone chill the F out, I
Right.
got this? That's just Jokic playing
he has that
basketball.
miscommunication with, who was it, Zeke, on the far side by the Nuggets bench, and he just doesn't even give Zeke the time of day or eye contact on the way back down the court. You're like, oh, and then he closes them out.
No, here's the thing, though. I do think that Jokic is the things you're talking about, body language, this or that, I do think they equally correlate to his fatigue levels. Of
course.
I've
Yeah.
said this for a lot. One of the things that last year he was the MVP, the dumb fouls, the turnovers, the moping, a lot of it was I just think he was in the best shape of his life. And I do think that's true this year as well. It's just that he's carrying like even a bigger load, so it's really wearing thin. Anything else we want to say about Jokic here? I mean, I'll just do this one. I'm sure we'll talk about this tomorrow, but they do play again, guys, in 21 and a half hours in San Antonio. If you just track this road trip that they're on, and you know me, I've said this, they had one home game in the middle of basically a 9-game road trip. So to me, this isn't the 6th stop on a 7-game road trip. This is the 8th stop on a 9-game road trip, in my opinion, just in terms of mileage, and it is tomorrow. Do you think he plays?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, he's playing, man.
Really?
plays.
He's not. You think? Are we asking if he's sitting?
Yeah.
No way.
Do you think he sits?
No.
I think he sits.
Okay.
I'm always wrong about this stuff.
Yeah,
always.
there's-
I mean, I wouldn't.
No chance.
I get why you're asking.
Yeah, but there's
He
still no
looked
chance.
so tired
He
tonight.
did, man. He
I know.
looked tired the minute the 3rd quarter started.
But did you see overtime? I mean, you're right. You're right. You know what I think is tonight he actually was in playmaker mode initially, and then
And then winds up with 39
That's right.
freaking points.
but that was different than last game where I think there have been
shoot
times
for
on
like
this road
6
trip
minutes.
where he's been a little bit passive, and I'm nitpicking. But it was nice to see him tonight. He took that approach and he's like, "Oh, they need me to score," and then he just did it. I would think he's a little more insistent or persistent with the playmaker first approach in San Antonio.
When you watch overtime like me, aren't you like, why don't they just do that every time?
Yes, every
just give it to
single
Jokic
time.
every time.
Every
and have
time.
his the whole game.
kinda do, though.
The full
Some
game.
games they do.
Yeah.
Just the whole game.
I
is
do
that.
wonder why he didn't go down to the post sooner. I mean, we were talking about that a lot in this game about like, man, he's really playing a perimeter game, and then down the stretch it was all inside. So maybe again, it might just be I know for me, it's hard to because I'm not in great shape, but I know for me, like going inside is very tiring.
Right, taking a 3 is just easier.
Not even taking a 3, just operating on the perimeter is easier.
Or like full court turnovers to Aaron Gordon in the 4th quarter because
Man,
you're a
that
little
was a bad
tired.
one too.
I'll be honest, you guys. I thought this was a loss. Like, I thought this was a loss almost for the entirety of the 4th quarter. The moment I didn't, I mean, the last like 2 minutes, I kind of thought Denver was going to win, but all the way up until that, I thought it was a loss.
Imagine watching a game with this guy. Sure, it's going to be a loss.
It's a minor miracle that Jokic only played 37 minutes tonight. I mean,
Yeah, it
Aaron
is.
Gordon played 43, Will Barton played 42. Somehow Jokic only played 37, and I think a key to that was Malone stayed with his bench
Yep.
a minute or so longer than he usually
Yeah.
does in the 4th. I thought that was a great move
I
because
thought
the
it was
bench
too.
was actually keeping their head above water.
right.
It bought a minute or two extra for Jokic,
It didn't
and
really-
maybe that was the difference.
The thing is, it didn't really buy a minute. They got murdered in that extra like 45 seconds. They got absolutely destroyed.
But maybe it was just the extra time he had coming
I
out
agree.
of the
Hey,
timeout. You get an extra 30 seconds
It worked.
there. Yeah.
It worked. I know usually 7:30. There's like a timeout with 7:37 left, and like don't put them in yet.
What about
they
the
get
other-
murdered from that
What
point
about
on.
the other most curious coaching move that somehow worked when Jeff Green got hurt and he put
We got to talk
Facu
about
in?
this on the other side. We got to take our first break. That was, you're right, the craziest.
And it somehow worked out.
But again, not because of that.
Kind of.
No. they got murdered in that stretch, and then they still overcame.
Jeff Green coming back to life.
All right, let's go.
Mile High City Copper Lager from Breck Brew picks them up. It's Nugget season, of course, and that's the beer we drink during Nugget season. Mile High City Copper Lager, pick it up from your local liquor store, local grocery store. If you're out at the Breck Brew Farmhouse, you can get it there. It's that Nuggets blue can with the Nuggets logo on it, the Mile High City Copper Lager from Breck Brew. If you're in town, if you're local, come to the DNVR bar. We have tons and tons of Breck Brews on tap. But check out the Mile High City Copper Lager.
Check it out, guys.
Because it's Nugget season.
Hell yeah.
The Snooze Flip, guys. The Snooze Flip, the most universal mattress on the planet.
Unbelievable.
Most universal mattress. You can customize your sleep experience to fit your needs. One side is soft, one side is firm. You can flip it to the side that fits your body best. The cover, reversible, with one side up to 5 degrees cooler. Cozy warm on the other side, too. The zippable cover makes the Snooze Sleep a true 4-in-1 mattress. Go to snoozesleep.com. Use code DNVR. You're going to get $250 off your mattress. And then you're going to get $250 off your adjustable base as well. So $500 in savings.
Holy
with
smokes.
The Snooze Flip from Snooze Sleep. They hooked this up here at DNVR. They hooked a couple of us employees up with the Snooze Flip. It's a game changer. Best night of sleep I've ever had.
What?
You guys can probably agree with that too. But hit up snoozesleep.com. Get $250 off a mattress with the code DNVR. And get $250 off an adjustable base as well.
The best night of sleep I ever had was senior year at college.
Not on a Snooze Flip?
No, it wasn't. It was actually in a chair. 3 straight days of being awake on Adderall. Getting ready for a final.
Wow.
Body just completely shut down.
Cool.
Like 12 hours.
That's cool.
Wow.
That didn't sound like great sleep, I got to be honest.
Oh, it was incredible sleep.
Well,
like my body shut down. Only time it's ever happened.
You were very close to an actual death.
I might have died for a period.
They say sleep is the cousin of death. I think that you actually had died.
They say kissing cousins that sleep was.
Yeah.
Very uncomfortable. Guys, Will Barton tonight almost did not play. Flu-like symptoms. Actually, I don't know if they were flu-like. I don't know what kind of symptoms they were, but it was
illness that wasn't COVID.
It wasn't COVID. It could have been any illness.
Don't you hate that you
literally
have to say that?
any other
somebody's
illness.
like, he's sick. Not COVID. Not COVID. It's not COVID.
Oh, it's okay. It's
fine,
okay.
it's fine.
He's
Yeah.
like puking in the locker. Right. It's all good. It's all good.
Yes, guys, he has dengue fever. It's fine.
He's got the plague. It's okay though. He's got the plague.
Not COVID. Chill out, dude.
Non-COVID illness, and I gotta say, like his game, like every Nugget other than Nikola Jokic, it tailed off in the second half.
Yeah.
But in that first half, they desperately needed a spark. He provided that and then some with a hell of a first quarter. First quarter. Toe-to-toe with Jokic. It was kind of, we were laughing because Barton was having like on fire. Every point was loud and he had the same amount of points as Jokic.
We're like, dude, Barton is carrying this. He has the same
points actually as the exact same stat line.
Right, whatever.
But it was huge for him. I mean, he finished this with 20 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He was a team high plus 13. Again, a lot of that plus 13 was him with the starters, very successful. Him with the bench tonight had that one big stretch, and that's why his numbers were so high. What do you take away from his night tonight?
The first quarter stands out because he was great to open the game and got Denver off to a really good start, or helped get Denver off to a good start. And coming into this one, he was listed as questionable. I was like, no, Will Barton, he seems like he could use the game off. Maybe he could just take the night off. I'd be okay with that. But no, he comes out, plays 42 minutes, and he definitely did tail off. And yeah, you want more four-quarter production from guys like him. You need that if you're the Nuggets and you're just absolutely riding Nikola Jokic for an entire game. But I felt like a big takeaway tonight was, we saw what we think is the ideal bench unit, and it involves Bones and Barton, and we got some good minutes out of it. So from that respect, it was a successful game from Barton, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I'm just thinking like back to when I was thinking you were going to talk. I mean, this is the transition. You just look at me. Anyway, so
hold on, Eric, your thoughts?
Oh, well, thank you, Adam. I have a few I'd like to share, if that's all right. You don't mind?
Please have the floor.
So right before the game started, and we thought Barton was out, we're like, oh God, what is the? Oh Jesus, no Barton. He's in.
Yeah, he's in.
So as soon as he started, and then he went off, it just like shows you the razor thin margin that we are dealing with as fans that are trapped in purgatory. Like, we need everybody to be able to play every night. Otherwise, if a guy like Barton, who you typically think of as just like kind of a luxury if he goes off, although he's been obviously shouldering a lot of weight this season, but like the thought of not having him, I was like, oh no, until the game, and then he was in and I was fine. But man, we need Barton.
Purgatory's been your buzzword for the last.
It's not a buzzword, dude. It's where we live, my guy.
It is where we live.
It's like saying Denver is a buzzword.
You need to update your location on Twitter.
Purgatory. We're all in purgatory. It's not just me, dude. It's like we're all in the show Lost. You just don't realize it.
Oh no, that's gonna be such a drag.
God, we gotta have 8 seasons of this shit.
Guess what? And then more than likely the ending's not gonna be great.
Yeah, did you not get it, Eric? Did you just not get it, bro? Is that what it is?
We suffer together.
We suffer together. We actually won through our suffering. But 4-7, sneaky great. Not even sneaky. Barton. It's underrated how much he's turned himself into a good shooter. People don't remember, but when he came into the league, that was his knock. He can't shoot. His form was ugly. He still is kind of gangly. Like the way he shoots is almost Reggie Miller-esque. It's kind of awkward. But he's a very reliable 3-point shooter now for the Nuggets. It was good.
It's true. He's been good.
Yeah, I mean, he's up to 39% now on the season. I think that was even heading into tonight. So he built off that. He's probably above 40 now.
We got more voting time already. Did both players talk already?
They got a flight to catch, Adam.
So I know. I was going to say they're going to be really quick. Only one. You're going to hop out of here in like 10 seconds.
I just want to be on the show. The winners' lounges are elusive.
They're elusive. There's literally equal amounts of winners' lounge and losers' lounge. The Nuggets are 12-12. All
right, whatever.
All right, what do you got? What do you got for us?
Are you sure you guys want the notes? JMyke Green. On the support he received. Quote, the coaching staff and everyone was just telling me to shoot through it. Everyone goes through sumps, they were telling me, and it means a lot to me. On his teammates' support, and if he has felt like he's gotten the same amount of encouragement from them as the coaches, JMyke Green said, yeah, I do. They've seen me with my head down, and it's easier said than done to pick yourself back up when you're struggling. He basically, in this long answer, conceded to this being difficult, to go through. And he said that the way his teammates were picking him up meant a lot to him. Katie Wingy asked him what he was thinking when he got in position on those charges, and he said, I wasn't thinking. I was just getting in position.
Reacting.
What's going through your head when Jokic is going crazy? Jokic is always going crazy. I feel like 2K needs to update him to a 99.
The ultimate measure of a basketball player.
It's going to go crazy on NBA Twitter.
It's so weird to me that JMyke is like way younger than me.
I tweeted that part because even though it's not even.
I know.
But that every athlete. He was in like 5th grade when I graduated high school.
And dude, every athlete, I'm like, that guy is 30 years younger than I am.
But in between those two lines, he elaborated on Jokic always going crazy and said, I'm telling him he just needs to shoot more. Like he's basically saying he can always take over a game, and sometimes he can be a little too unselfish.
I would love to see what Jokic shoot. He shot 23 times today. Like, could you shoot 33?
Yeah, like would he just start missing a bunch? I don't
know.
So.
Yeah, what is the limit there?
He started waxing poetic. He started talking about Jokic, and at one point he said, "I expect for him to win MVP again. He's just the best big. He's so skilled. It's crazy." A New Orleans media member asked him if he saw anything particular about the way the Pelicans tried and failed to guard Jokic tonight. JMyke Green said, I mean, I see it every night.
It is so true, man. Like, I'm surprised Jokic doesn't pop up more on that GM survey where it's like player that makes you make the most adjustments.
Yeah.
I mean, he does pop on there, but it's usually like Steph number 1, KD number 2, LeBron number 3.
My theory on that is because you just can't stop him.
Yeah.
So whatever adjustment you make, you're still going to lose.
That's true. Yeah.
That's why we're 500.
Shut up.
You guys know that Green...
Such a dick.
You guys know that Green's a man of few words. He's pretty concise when he speaks.
So
but
concise.
Talking about Jokic tonight, he got a little animated, and he seemed excited to talk about it. And he was asked about Jokic.
That man got me 20 mil.
Pretty much. And he was asked about Jokic. Jokic is court vision and basketball IQ. And JMyke sat back, and he said, man, there was one play like late in the 4th quarter where he just looked around, told all of us, just flattened everyone out, set up the pick and roll, and went to work because he just sees it all coming. He sees it all coming before everyone else does.
My favorite plays from Jokic ever are the ones where he just orchestrates the offense. And
that's
it's a late game
stuff.
situation. He's like, you go in the corner. You, no, not in the lane. Go to the other corner.
Just like
Monte,
you're in the dunker
dribble
spot.
into a pick and roll. All right, let's go.
Like running up wide.
Yeah, and then it just works exactly how he laid it out. It's crazy.
He's like, I told you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So this way this works is you guys all move and then I shoot.
About liking the physical aspects of the game, Green said, I'm from Alabama, football state. I grew up playing football, and he just relishes. He likes the opportunity to play against a traditional big and say, look, I'm strong too. I'm big too. I can.
I bet JMyke would be terrible at football. So tall.
Yeah, but he could probably tackle.
Left tackle?
He's so skinny, though.
Yeah.
JMyke Green,
a bit of a tweener.
Not a football player.
Imagine JMyke Green in high school,
strong? Compared to like a lineman?
Imagine JMyke Green in high school.
Bit of a tweener.
In the hot Alabama summer.
Yeah.
Just putting his hand in the dirt.
Just grinding.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
There's nobody in the NFL that has his body. 6'10".
He's 6'7", 6'8".
JMyke?
Yeah.
I feel like we might have lost the plot.
Football
anyway,
corner, let's go.
JMyke Green, he enjoyed his night. And that's
if he was 6'10", he could be a backup center.
If he was 6'10", we wouldn't be complaining so much.
Bones Highland made his return from quarantine.
Yes.
I thought you were about to say from Cordoba, Argentina.
The epic journey.
I've been on these calls too much.
He had his epic journey, guys, to get to the arena tonight. And he comes out a bit of a, we'll call it like a getting back game, but like a getting back into the groove game. He had 9 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, 1 turnover.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he got busy, but he got like
he took a couple calls from the office.
Yeah, he got like
Kale, do you have this information that you could pull up or no?
Kale is. He had offers from Ole Miss and Alabama.
So he says, JMyke Green apparently really good at football.
Yeah. Win notches another.
I'm a horrible football scout.
But Bones did not get busy, but he like ran some errands today.
Yeah.
I think Bones struggling today to whatever extent he did was predictable. I mean, you got to get back into a rhythm. He has been in a hotel room.
Yeah.
So I mean, the last time we saw him, he shot the whatever off the ball, and I he'll get back to that. I expected him to look a little janky tonight.
Dude, can we talk about that insane layup that he took where he
did have some nice
gorgeous.
Came in and he completed a layup I don't think I've ever seen shot in the NBA, where he was backwards and then I can't even recreate it.
I actually can't either. I'm trying to think of how he did, because he does.
It was like
inside
with
hand
the
a lot.
left hand, but with his back to the rim on the right side of the rim.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
it literally it defied physics.
Yeah.
It literally defied physics.
Wow, physics can't explain.
He did have a couple of nice moments. I thought defensively he was a bit of a.
Yep.
What's the expression? Turnstile.
Turnstile.
Revolving doors. What's the thing?
Turnstile, revolving door, traffic cone.
Yeah, one of those.
All right, pick your insult, I guess, right?
Yeah, you guys agree.
It is funny, though, how, he wasn't great tonight, but he was so much better than the alternatives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was still competent, still could, handle the ball, which is half the battle.
It changes everything.
It does change
It really,
everything.
just the fact that you have another, extremely competent ball handler. It doesn't have to always be Facu. It's just, and then you saw, for whatever reason, it ignited Facu.
Right.
Facu had a great night.
Right.
Maybe just for his standards, he had a stretch. He had an amazing stretch.
Right after I tweeted that his threes are in the circle of trust, he bricked 4 and
he went 1 for 6 tonight.
And didn't come even close.
Oh man, the side of the backboard.
Has trust issues,
the side of the backboard wide open 3 is
20
how
seconds
does that
after
happen,
I tweeted
man?
that. Yep. And he's shooting 38% on the year going into the game.
How does that happen?
It wasn't a contested
Ask
one.
Paul George. I don't know.
I don't know, but he did take the open mid-range jump shot with a normal release.
First one of his career,
and
actually.
it went in.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you can do
I saw that. It did go
That's
in.
an
That's
option.
true, yeah.
Aaron Gordon tonight I thought was pretty sluggish. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 1 block. He did get a little bit of everything in there in the stat sheet, but this was a game where I just felt like he was annoyed and not into it.
I agree with you. I'm only jumping on this to say Malone shouted him out. Malone loved his defense on Brandon Ingram tonight.
And that was his primary job. We don't do this. We don't get into this enough when we talk about his main job is to take away the other team's main priority there. Yeah, and Brandon Ingram had 16 points tonight, but it's actually worse than what it sounds like, because I think he had 8 in a row at one point.
Yeah.
He had a little 8-0 run himself. So which means the rest of the game he had nothing.
We talked about that in the pregame show. That was a bet we made under 23 and a half points. There was a minute there where you're right. He scored 6 straight points in the second, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to look like a real moron."
Right.
Yeah.
And I do look like a moron, but for different reasons.
For completely different reasons.
But why Gordon's night felt like a letdown was because offensively he had been getting in such a good rhythm.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're
being
noticing.
physical, taking advantage of mismatches, playing bully ball, and he played a really perimeter-oriented game tonight.
Right.
I mean, he was 3 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, so most of his shots tonight were threes.
Yeah.
That's always a terrible sign if
Right.
you're talking about Aaron Gordon. So he got away from what's been working offensively for him.
But I think this is all goes together. I think it was settling for jumpers because it was a lower work rate because his energy was put towards
1,000%.
tonight. So
Jokic's defense hasn't exactly been like tip top lately, but he is carrying like a ridiculous offensive load.
Yeah. So
Aaron Gordon maybe the
day,
opposite, where it's like I've got to do a lot on defense. I'm going to be
Right.
out on the perimeter a lot tonight.
he did his job tonight.
He was a +6, which is the second best on the team, and that probably meant something here because he was canceling out a very important piece for them. Jeff Green tonight, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block shot. He continues to have great blocks.
He does have great blocks.
I am just blown away by Jeff Green's athleticism.
Me
Absolutely
too.
blown
Me
away.
too.
He had that dunk tonight, and then he had that other crazy winding, contorting
he
finish.
flies.
I think is he the second best athlete on the team?
Oh shit, he might be.
I think he is.
Behind who?
Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon?
Like Jeff, you got Will Barton. I think Gordon's more athletic. Jokic, of course. Monte Morris.
I think he's the second most athletic guy on the team.
JMyke Green, Zeke Naji, Facu, Bones, Devon Reed, Peter Cornelius, Vlatko Chanchar, Bol, Marcus Howard. Jeff Green, my age.
Jeff Green
is somehow
he is incredibly fluid. Just
Yeah,
like
he
his
is.
hip,
He doesn't load up
his
much.
shoulders.
Yeah, he
he's
just
so
goes.
fluid.
Just springs off.
He's
one
also,
leg.
here's what I'll say about him. His athleticism, I think we've talked about this before, it transfers to basketball very well. He gets 100% of his athleticism.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like his
playing
like
the right game.
The finish he had when Jokic gave him a pass on a cut and he like jumps sideways into the defender and finishes it. Like he's really good at. He's just really good at those, man.
He's got basketball player athleticism.
He might not play tomorrow. I mean, who knows? But he rolled an ankle in this game, and then came back in. So actually, a pretty interesting little sequence here. Late in the game, Nuggets are losing hold of the rope. Like they're just trying to like close out a game, but they had no momentum. Just like struggling to survive. He goes out with that rolled ankle, and Malone decides to replace him with Facu, go super ultra small. I thought it was. I still do think that was a crazy decision.
Who would you have gone with?
Me, I would have gone with Bones because the Nuggets offensively looked like they were struggling so
but I think
bad.
that was about D.
What's that?
Yeah, but that was about D, right?
It didn't work though because he was in there and it was like they gave up like a 5-0 run.
And Graham hit a
Green
3 right
back
over
in.
his outstretched contest.
Oh yeah, like he tried to close out or whatever.
I get it,
and
but
wasn't close.
I'm not surprised Malone.
He went to
that
the safety
way.
blanket for
yeah,
sure.
that's his safety blanket.
You're not going to go to Davon
Right.
Reed there, which maybe was the other option.
Right.
Well, I mean, they were. I'm looking at the play-by-play now. They were down 98-103. And then Jokic hits a 2, 100-103.
But were they were down when he rolled his ankle? They were down 3.
Facu Campazzo enters the game for Jeff Green, 96-98.
Okay.
And then 96-100, 98-103, 98-103.
Enthralling right here.
So yeah, Facu was a minus.
For
Yeah,
those
yeah.
on your podcast, Harrison is scrolling on his laptop.
Facu was a minus,
For
but
those watching us,
that was clearly a guy to match up with Devontae Graham. That's exactly what the thinking was.
Monte Morris had 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. So and 3 of 10 shooting for him. So also a little bit of a down shooting night.
But what was the 3 line? Sorry.
2 of 6.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a nothing game from him.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing too exciting. Davon Reed was 2 of 3, but
He was good, man.
those 2 shots were big time.
Almost hit the buzzer beater.
Almost hit a buzzer beater.
I am
that
more
guy's-
impressed with Devon Reed's offense than his defense right now because he was not great defensively tonight.
I don't think he's good defensively. I don't think he's
he's
bad. He's just a guy. Yeah. And that's a little bit of a bummer, but he is better offensively. Like I actually really like his offensive.
very reliable.
Very dependable.
Some would say dependable.
Dang it.
Well, is missing a dunk dependable?
Man, that was.
I don't know how he missed
Can I
that.
tell you something? I was gonna say that's a tough dunk, man. That's
I
a
know.
tough dunk.
Listen, I'm 5'6". They're all tough dunks, but I just think that was tough. But no, I liked his energy tonight. I liked the way he played.
Friend of the show, Zeke Naji, had a really bad night. This is 2 nights in a row. He had 0 points. He actually was out there for just 8 minutes and was a -8, but he was out there for 8 minutes. Zeros all the way through except for 2 fouls, 1 assist.
Yeah,
Man.
and he still looks out of place around the rim on either end of the court.
That's true. Yeah.
He still looks a little in over his head.
I wonder, Zeke's a worker, and he's going to be a work in progress. I bring this up too often, but I know Yoke always says he works on like 6-foot shots. Nobody ever works on those. I feel like Zeke would be a guy that his three's really good. Keep working on that, but don't work on anything else. Don't work on post-ups. Just work on like finishes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just catch it, going up one-handed, little jump hooks, floaters.
Like do Jokic's pregame routine. You ever watch Jokic pregame? It looks like it's almost completely like creative and just he's just throwing up shots left and right. None of it's like it's different every single time.
I'm telling you, man, I wish
Zeke should do that.
I so wish I grew up watching Jokic. There's just so many little things you learn. I'm telling you, everybody does the same warm-ups in basketball and youth. You like do the free throws, you shoot some threes, you do some layups, like this or that, and like Jokic is always working on like 7
Even
footers.
in the NBA.
Nobody ever works on 7-foot jumpers.
In the NBA, you see,
and they're so important.
I wish I
in the NBA, you see freaking. I'm sorry, but Mason Plumlee. I'm sorry, Mason. Wow. Shooting 3-pointers before a game, and
Mason,
you're like, "What are you doing?"
We know you're in the chat.
Why?
Yeah, Mason
Why are you shooting 3-pointers in warm-ups?
I wish I grew up watching Jokic shoot. I grew up watching Bill Hanslick. Tough time for me.
It was a bummer. All right,
Scott Hastings.
We went through the whole roster. Is there anything else you guys want to say? Put a little bow on this game here.
When it comes to Zeke, I wonder if he's lost some separation from JMyke Green now. Zeke has
one
a really
game,
bad game.
One in a row.
JMyke Green has a bounce back
Zeke
game.
has had two.
Zeke's clearly
two
been the third big, the first big off the bench. I wonder if he loses that spot.
Look, I think a lot of guys play tomorrow. I mean, whether they rest starters or not, you would have to think it's going to be like a low minute total night, I would think. But let's hit a break. On the other side, we've got a bunch of super chats. Keep them on. We got 9 super chats. If you want to get your super chat read, send some good vibes. Send us all to Serbia. You can send those in here right now. And then, of course, a little around the association.
Let's go.
Guys, this is my new favorite sponsor on the show.
What?
Saturday Neon. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Strava Craft Coffee. Saturday Neon, my new favorite sponsor. Go to SaturdayNeon.com. Use code DNVR for 10% off this purchase. If you're looking for a Christmas gift, this is the best Christmas gift you could think of. Like, whoever you give this to is going to be absolutely pumped. Saturday Neon, they design and manufacture officially licensed collegiate logo LED neon signs. Started by 2 Buff alumni. It's a Denver company, Colorado owned and operated. Free shipping on these as well. These are super well made. They look really cool if you hang them up in like a basement or in a man cave, something like that. SaturdayNeon.com.
Or a woman cave.
Yeah, or a...
Sure.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's called
Don't get me canceled, man.
Yeah.
Man,
okay. Dude, come on.
Your cave.
Come on.
They'll look great in your cave. These signs, LED neon. They're not glass neon. Super, super well made. Again, go to SaturdayNeon.com. Use code DNVR10 for 10% off.
Super dope, man.
At DraftKings this week. What do we got at DraftKings? I'm sure we all love an action-packed, high-scoring NFL game.
What do we have?
But with this latest no-brainer from DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you'll be a winner once a single point is scored. New customers who bet just $1 on any team to score can win $100 in free bets. What'd you win tonight?
I won a lot.
Okay.
I won a lot. I'll say this. My account now does shorthand. It doesn't even tell you how much you have.
That's such a good feeling.
That's how much.
Aren't many feelings better than that? DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also get their skin in the game with new same-game parlays. That's what we did tonight, and now your account looks great.
Can't believe I only put $5 on Brandon Ingram under. Feel very, very shameful about that.
I think it's because I suggested it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that has
more
to
no
do
chance.
with it.
Yeah, that's not what happened.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use promo code DNVR. Bet $1 on any team to score. Win $100 in free bets if they score. That's with promo code DNVR this week at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Finally. House
Saturday
of Cattle
Neon
Company
sounds
right
like a strip
now.
club.
Saturday sounds like what?
A strip club.
Saturday Neon. It's a great company. Great company.
I'd check out Saturday Neon.
It's a great name. I love it. DNVR 15 at HustleCattleCompany.com. Get you 15% off your order.
The Wagyu is already ridiculously affordably priced. You can get a Wagyu steak for $10.
Can't be
before the discount.
You're gonna go to Whole Foods and pay like $15 for a New York
a sucker.
strip.
You're gonna waste your time being led astray by phrases like grass-fed, things like this that absolutely mean nothing when it comes to the flavor of the beef. Wagyu, marbled, blue-collar beef.
Wow.
Fat is what makes beef taste good.
You're a real meat man.
I'm a meatman. Everybody knows this. You just look at me.
CastleCattleCompany.com. Get 15% off your order with DNVR 15.
Can I tell you guys something we have here? Look at this box I have found.
Oh, a magic box.
What could it possibly be?
What's
Do
in
you
the
guys
box?
think it might be the brand new DNVR gift box?
No way.
From the DNVR Locker?
Is
oh
it?
my goodness.
I certainly don't think so.
It is! Oh my God. Right now, Eric, you know the details. Right now, it's like $58 and some cents or
This
something.
is designed for you to give the gift of DNVR to people that you love in your life.
Is there a better gift to give?
Probably like a pony.
Saturday Neon.
Saturday Neon.
I'm telling you.
Cattle. But the point being is that
Probably
if
not.
you... Yeah, for those of you that are members or wish to be members or have somebody in your life that would be benefit greatly from a DNVR membership, you can gift them a DNVR membership. We give you a physical box that you can actually receive.
It comes. Oh my goodness!
Put under
What's
the
inside
tray.
this box?
Whoa.
Is it a?
Look how
you get
nicely
two
folded
shirts,
that
one
is,
T-shirt.
too.
No, wait. There's more.
Two
Other
T-shirts?
T-shirt.
Two shirts
including this
of your
gorgeous
choice, and then,
joke around and find out.
Whoa.
Just came in.
Just came in.
That's
But
what
it's like
Big
a
Science did
it's like a
tonight. Joked around and
no-brainer.
found
No
out.
think about it. He just shows up, slide that bad boy under the tree, and then just
Pull
hit the
out your
ham-
wallets
hit
right
the
now. I'm
hammer.
telling you, if you guys are thinking about a good gift for somebody, here's what's cool about it. One, it supports us. Let's not lie. This is incredible. It
Yep.
supports DNVR, keeps us running, keeps us chugging along. It gets a free 1-year subscription. So you give that way. Say, hey, buddy, check this out. I love this place. You're going to love wind chimes. You're going to love the list. Check this out. And then on top of that, you get 2 T-shirts.
Yep.
And
Of
here's the
your
best part. Here's the best part. So you give the box that has 2 T-shirts and an annual subscription. But guess what else you get? $15 credit to the DNVR
yourself.
Locker for yourself. So just for buying this, you get a little bonus. It's $60. It's like a $200 value. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Holy smokes.
Do it now.
Do it
Yeah.
now. And one last thing. We are chartering a bus.
Oh my God!
The bus.
Have you guys heard about this? We actually sold a bunch today. The vibes were so good.
Yeah,
and
people
like
are
in the
coming.
chat, I know a bunch of people are coming. I know Molly said she was coming. Who else in the chat? There was a bunch of people from out of state that said they were coming in. Oh, Brian is coming.
Brian's coming.
Brian bought it while sitting right next to us. Go ahead and pull it up, Kale. January 16th, we're only selling these through Christmas. There are a limited number of these that are all together. A party bus takeover of the Ball Arena. We've got Nuggets Jazz, January 16th. It's Sunday. That following Monday, MLK Day. You got the day off. No work, no school. It's going to be great.
We can all go boo Rudy Gobert together.
Oh, we're going
As
to boo
one.
Rudy Gobert
all in
together.
the same section. It's going to be section 132.
Yeah.
Those tickets retail for $104. Party bus and the tickets just $100. We got a discount
Yeah, you get
from the Nuggets.
It's cheaper than if you just bought a ticket.
Yeah, it's cheaper
Yeah.
than if you just bought the ticket, and you get the party bus to and from the arena. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a great night,
Dude,
guys.
I can't wait. It's a mobile perch.
And some of you guys, the silent viewers, not in the chat, maybe don't always come to the bar, this or that. If you want a chance to like come out and actually meet people that you're
in the
probably
chat.
going to really get along with.
Yes.
Well, I know how it is, adulthood. It's hard to make new friends.
It
If
is
you
hard.
want a time to come out and be like, am I going to be surrounded by
Adam
people
thing,
that are
that's why.
really like my people?
Yes,
This
these
is the
are
one.
your people.
So not only will you come here, drink, we'll have a good time. We're going to be hanging out with everybody.
We'll be
having a good
hanging.
time, riding the bus over together. Then we're all in the same section, like literally together. So
Yeah.
we'll all sit together, make our own little fan section, be loud as hell, boo Rudy Gobert, watch the Nuggets win, and then afterwards,
wait,
guess
man.
what?
Back
Bust
to
right
the
back to the bar.
bar.
Play a little beer pong, play a little
Afterwards,
something, have some
you're
beers.
on your goddamn own.
No, you come back and we'll have
we
a good
wouldn't
time.
do that.
We would never.
Honestly, parking at Ball Arena is $20. So you do this, you get a round trip Uber, basically. It'll be even better.
Yeah.
I've run the numbers, guys.
This
It's
is an
just- you're
Uber
losing
bus,
money
not
just
Uber Black,
listening to this.
Uber bus.
If you don't go.
Yeah, okay,
All right,
fine.
so the Nuggets win. They pulled a 12-12. Let's go
0-0.
around the association.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, Super Chats first. You're right. Dang it, I almost forgot. All right, here we go. Super Chats. I actually love Super Chats. James says, shout out to Kaz, calling game with a cold. Wow, going through a Kaz, but way to get through this one, man. Him and Will Barton.
Yeah.
Him and Will Barton.
The flu cold non-COVID illness game.
What else we got? Dave Yoga says, back at 500. Let's effing go. Or let
Let's
Faku
go.
go. Hey, And that is like almost a bummer. Like, we're back to 500.
Yeah.
What it's
we'll take anything
grow.
right now.
Let the fro grow.
Let the fro grow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Aaron Gordon. Shouts to Aaron Gordon.
Or Bones Highland.
He totally had a fro game tonight. You're right.
Such a fro game. It was an ultra fro game from Gordon.
Gene. I guess no. I told you my daughter. Ellie, her middle name's Gene.
Right.
$5.
But it's JEAN.
$5 for the vibe. Send the DNVR tribe to the Eastern European side. I contribute with pride, feeling the rise of the Nuggets tide. Hell yeah, Gene.
Okay,
dude.
so we're getting a trend
Bars.
in the Super Chats
I love
where
it.
Bars.
it's just a rap.
It is just a wrap. I freaking love it. 10 out of 10, Gene. Excellent job. Vibes are definitely up. Tribe feeling great. Fully says, big fan of the DNVR show from Australia. You guys rock. Jokic is just silly good.
Silly good.
He had his hand in every pie of the game.
Every pie
of the game.
Every part of the game.
Every pie of the game. And he stuffed those pies. Hell yeah, he stuffed those pies.
Stuff those pies.
Isn't that like
it kind of sounds like he
isn't that like how
American
Shakespeare
Pie?
would say that you were committing adultery by having your hands in other
Stuffing
people's
pies.
pies?
He did have his hand in every pie.
Yeah, like
What'd you do tonight?
I'm a little
Just stuff
uncomfortable
some
with
pies?
that. Like Super Chat.
Look,
Stuffing pies.
would you grant Jokic prima nocte?
Oh, I would grant him forever nocte.
Prima segunda nocte?
I'll just call and be like, oh, Jokic is there. All right, I'll see myself out.
Moving along quickly. Jay says, let's go, boys. What a Jokic performance. MVP times 2. It was
Need a
hell of
couple more wins, and then we can get there.
We need about 50 more wins. But hell, you know what? He's playing he's playing good enough, man.
Yeah.
Playing good enough.
Hey, Steph Curry got an MVP vote. He didn't even make the playoffs last year.
That's true. Dylan says, Jokic is the best player in the NBA. No doubt.
Full stop.
Full stop. No
100%.
doubt. Love it. Love it, Dylan. Love the name as well. Ben says, the dengue fever comment deserved a super chat. Thanks for another great show, y'all.
Shout out to different debilitating plagues.
Dengue fever.
We're just naming non-COVID illnesses here.
What else we got? Another one from Gene, my guy Gene. Take this 5 and put it on Jokic playing tomorrow. Wow. There's nowhere to bet that, though.
That'd be hilarious.
He's
if
just
you could.
betting you personally.
Yeah,
Adam.
that's all right. You know what? F it. I'll do it. I'll buy for tomorrow night. I guess I'm buying a round of shots. Round of Rakia. Dylan says, in terms of fatigue,
our guy Ryan got the Christmas box?
Oh, hell yeah, little Christmas box. Somebody just hooked somebody up.
This guy.
Brian, the MVP. Dylan says, in terms of fatigue, any concern with AG defending elite scoring guards as often as he is, especially when I consider him a power forward? Look, man, I'm concerned with fatigue for all of these guys, man. We are only 24 games into the season. We are roughly...
And they play a game where they just literally sprint back and forth. You know how, like, you'd go to the gym and if you were bad, they'd make you run suicides?
Yeah, I know.
That is basketball.
There was a sequence in this game. In fact, I think part of this is road fatigue or whatever. I think part of this was there was one stretch in this game that was like 4 minutes without a single whistle or out of bounds.
It was the stretch where Jokic was just
where he just
gassed.
like died. He just died. Yeah. And you know how it is, Harrison. Sometimes you don't recover from one really bad stretch.
Right.
It's like it lowers your top.
Sometimes you have
level.
a stretch where you get so tired, it doesn't matter how long you sit on the bench for. Next time you check back in, you're just gonna feel it immediately.
Yeah.
You know what? We talk about Jokic as the best player. You know, he's the most skilled. This or that. I don't know if he's the toughest player. But he's in the conversation for toughest player, in my opinion.
No
That's
question.
just tough, man.
I mean, he plays through everything.
Plays through everything.
I think he is the toughest player.
He might be the toughest player.
I think he's the toughest
Who's
player.
tougher? Who's tougher?
The MVP. Yeah, who's tougher? Steven Adams?
No. That's a different type of toughness. I'm just talking about like all like
Mental and physical.
Yeah, just like what?
Oh, so it's Jokic then.
Who's tougher?
John Morant's
Who is
pretty
tougher?
tough.
Tell me in the chat.
There's some guys that are tough, man.
No.
We don't have to just rank everything, but here
Jimmy
we go.
Butler?
Jimmy
Butler,
no.
the toughest player?
Jack
What about,
tells me, much
Marquise
respect for
Morris?
Jokic not completely owning the city of New Orleans and keeping the score south of 40.
Yeah, I didn't want to embarrass him too bad.
Oh, that's true. That was he did leave him a little.
The city hasn't the city of New Orleans suffered enough?
Oh God,
dude, what the hell is wrong with you, man?
I mean, yeah, the Pelicans do suck.
Wait, what?
All right, around the association. Let's go around the association.
Let's go.
We could have brought the other
Here we go. The 76ers were in Charlotte, and they pick up another win behind. Guys, listen to the stat line from Joel Embiid. Holy cow. 32 22 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists.
I like this.
Wow.
This is all
What a game.
Wow, that's
What a game for the
crazy.
pity MVP.
Wow, that pity MVP put up like half Jokic numbers. That's crazy, man.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I love that around the association is literally we should just call it the traveling shade.
Joel Embiid also won 15 and 19 from the line. So like those are even fake.
Wow,
those are
free
fake
throws?
points
My-
anyway.
The brotherhood
Fake
of the
points.
traveling shade.
You know they're all
Real
the
men
like
don't
little
go to the line.
rip throughs
Yeah.
and like bumps into guys and falls
Yeah.
over. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god,
Don't you
19
wish
free
ESPN
throws.
was like that, where they had one team they liked, the Lakers, and every other team they're like, oh, the Sixers played.
They actually do this. It's the Lakers, and then there's everybody else
And
in
then
the
it's
entire
Nikola
world.
Jokic.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic tonight had a triple-double. But you know what? He didn't play any defense. That's his problem,
Yeah.
but whatever.
Yeah, they're never gonna get far in the playoffs with that.
Wow, what a stat line tonight. Gordon Hayward, you almost forget he's in the league, don't you? 31, 5, and 7
we
around
are.
the A. Sounds a little weird.
Shit, man. I guess I'll find a different way to word
It's
that.
actually around the ass for
around
sure.
the ass.
What?
Around the ass.
I don't feel
Did
good
we
about
sell this segment yet?
We
Or-
haven't sold it yet.
All
We're
right.
going around the ass.
Does anybody out there want to sponsor Around the Ass?
The sponsor around
This is terrible.
Around the Ass Association.
Presented by Manscaped.
Do you ever find yourself locked in a situation that you desperately wish you could get out of, but you're
Just gotta keep
live on the
talking
internet?
through it.
Every
Five-
time you
five
make a
times a
horribly
week?
offensive comment, I have to just keep talking. Vote. We've lost all control
Yeah,
of the
you
show.
guys have lost the plot. You want a little treat?
Yes.
Bones and Jokic. How about that?
Hit me with it. Hit me with it.
Bones told us it was originally a 6 a.m. flight, then delayed again to 10 a.m., then 12:30. He said he got here in New Orleans somewhere around 1 or 12 o'clock. He couldn't remember because of the time difference.
What an epic journey.
As he was sitting there in the
Voyage.
airport and his flight gets delayed again, he's thinking to himself, "No, we not doing this. Someone make some calls or something. Someone get me on a
Somebody
different
send
flight."
the Stan Kroenke PJ.
And he said, "I was feeling
So
good."
true. Why couldn't Stan get in here? We needed to.
Not for a rookie, man. Come on.
By the way, guys, me just reading transcribed Bones quotes is such a disservice to the presser that was. The energy was off the chart.
Really?
So transparent, laughing, smiling. This was a kid telling us whatever we wanted to hear. There was no media tact. He did say that he felt great all day, but as soon as I got to this arena, I started warming up. Man, I couldn't feel my legs.
Not great.
And then he said, as far as the play tonight, that's definitely the 7 in quarantine. But it was a blessing, though, because I was able to rest my ankle. It worked out, but never again, Bones said with a laugh.
Yeah, that's low-key something. I mean, he was battling those ankle
Yeah.
injuries and didn't risk injuring the ankle for 7 days. I mean, that's something.
Sorry. I'm still
That's
kind
such a silver
rattled by
lining,
that.
man. Like, I'm like, let's do it.
I was really searching hard for a silver lining, and I found it. It's absolutely one.
Yeah, so never again, he said. He was asked about what his days were like. He said, well, my mom came down and left my game console outside my room for me. And he said, I was playing 2K, ordering room service. I'm ordering mad food. Like mad food. French toast, 2 eggs, orange juice.
This guy was living the life.
He goes, that was literally my day, like
Video
every single
games and
day.
Uber Eats?
So
I
there
feel
was,
like that's like a normal. So he had French toast, eggs.
he might have said more stuff. It was a
All
lot
right.
of
That's
food.
like-
He's
that's
trying
like
to list a
regular
lot
meal.
of
Is that-
food.
Am I overeating
Can
breakfast?
we talk
at a-
about his mom bringing his PS4 to his hotel?
That's wild, man.
Yeah, his mom,
wild.
who he said,
You know what though?
my
Like
best
he
friend.
is like a college-aged guy,
right.
So and like I guess like moms do that in college.
Care packages
you know, like,
and stuff, yeah.
the care
He-
package.
he did,
laundry. I'm here to do the laundry or something.
he did kind of go on a mini tangent just about his mom and how much she means to him, called her his best friend. He said that's a bit off topic, and then I guess not, maybe, he said. Anyway.
He's a sweetheart off the court and a killer between the lines.
So, he did...
Says 2 whole eggs.
There was more stuff. I don't know, man. I couldn't keep up. He was listing food. You guys get the idea.
2 whole eggs. Holy hell!
It was definitely eating me up inside. Like, man, I just wanted to get back out there with my teammates. Someone asked him if he feels like he could have helped, and he said, yeah, I do. Just based off the way I was contributing to the bench before I went out, I feel like I could have helped.
Yeah.
But everything is a learning curve. You never know what's going to happen. You've just got to go with the flow. Jokic sat down immediately after Bones got up. pointed to him and said, "That was impressive," about Bones' presser. He was asked about the third quarter. He shook his head. I don't even want to talk about that third quarter. To me, it's just a normal thing. The team is going on a run. It happens. You can control it, I guess, but teams are down. They need to go on a run. Maybe we feel too comfortable.
Is that Jokic?
Who knows? That was Jokic. So a little bit of a different... We know it's been a big talking point from Malone, who's really gripping hard on this point. And, this is not uncommon for philosophically Jokic to zag from Malone in these little ways.
Yeah,
and,
he's zagged from Malone each time this has happened. He's zagged from him.
Malone is tightens up when these things happen, and Jokic seems to have a really, if not the opposite, a different approach.
Harrison, you just got bodied by Noah Tucker, and the comment says, "Just realized Harrison wore the Atom today."
Oh shit! Adam can never pull those shoes off. Actually, probably could.
Air Maxes? Come on, I have a pair of Air Maxes.
The Atom.
So I thought that was an interesting note.
Noah Tucker, come on, man. You're tall as well. You know the struggle, bro. Come on. Let's not do that.
Yeah, you looked at the Broomfield basketball
is that what that
sweatshirt
is?
today.
Wait, Broomfield basketball? That's what it says?
Is that all it says?
Yeah. Broomfield basketball. Oh, champions. Broomfield basketball champions.
I'm sorry, I can't read it. It's upside down from my angle.
Can you describe... Mike Singer asked him a question
Just saying,
about...
guys, there's one champion up here. I don't know. I'm not going to say who it is. Keep it out of respect for everybody. I'll just keep it under wraps who the champion is.
We're talking about Broomfield basketball?
Yeah, can I go? Can I go now?
Can we find out what Jokic said?
Yeah. So,
are we moving on from my segment? Or God damn.
Yes, we are.
Fine.
So, Michael Singer, don't know if his name's Michael. Mike Singer asked...
you think that Mike might be shorthand for something else?
I have no idea. But anyway, he said...
Michaela?
He talked about the JMyke Green answer, right? And how Green was talking about Jokic seeing the floor, quarterback in the floor. And he said, "Can you describe what you're looking for when you read the floor?" And Jokic said, "I don't want to tell you that." Everyone laughed, and Jokic looked at Mike and said, "Secret."
It would be funny if there's a horribly simple thing.
Yeah,
that nobody has ever cracked.
Like, you got to look at the left ear of the guy.
Yeah, the left ear. And everyone's
like,
what?
Jesus Christ.
Look, it's so easy. I can now see the whole
It's the
court.
type of thing that a real hooper, you just can't describe. You just can't describe. You just know.
Is Jokic a hooper?
Yeah.
Jesus. God, I'm going to go home.
He's a hooper.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he's
threatening
not.
to go home if we keep talking. Let's do it.
When pressed...
Is he a hooper?
I can't get him out of here
He's
quick enough.
the rare hooper basketball player crossover.
Oh, my God.
When pressed by Singer for a real answer, Jokic looked at him again and said, "Talent."
That's actually correct.
There was a follow-up. New Orleans media member asked his same question about, was there anything particular about the way New Orleans tried and failed to guard you tonight? And Jokic stared at him for a few seconds, took his hand off his face, and said, "I was not listening to your question at all." Can you say that again?
It's a veteran move by Jokic.
Someone asked Jokic if he plays 2K, and Jokic says he does. And they said they told him about JMyke Green's comments, and Jokic said, "I like the way JMyke's talking." And they said, "When you play with yourself, how it on 2K, when you play as yourself, on 2K, how do you play?" And Jokic said, "I don't play with myself."
Oh no! Oh no!
Follow-up question.
Oh no!
Anybody else? And a follow-up question. Who? And he said, "Anybody else." My brother plays as me, and he's really bad, so he's actually making me look bad. That was a totally normal, innocent quote from someone whose second language is English. Thank you, Adam, for making me feel awkward. And then, guys, he doubled down on his JMyke Green comments, saying that he's a guy that he would like to play with for the rest of his career.
What? Wait, he said that again?
And he said, "I cannot be mad at him because I know he's going 100%.
He said that tonight?
Yeah.
Who am I to disagree?
I was just about to say.
Turns out,
to tell him
guys,
he's wrong?
it turns out we don't know anything about what these guys are thinking or feeling.
It turns out that Jokic has a huge heart and doesn't have
Yeah.
the cold, dead eyes that watch basketball like we do.
Yoke, in a weird. This is me playing psychology way
Here
too
we go.
deep. But
Let's
Yoke,
do it.
Yoke sticking with JMyke, saying I hope you play with him when JMyke's clearly anchoring him down, makes me think he might really stay in Denver his whole career.
In that Denver is
That's
JMyke
what
Green.
made you think that?
What's it saying?
That is a terrible cell phone that you just gave to to all of us. Thank you.
I feel like JMyke Green in this equation.
You are JMyke Green in this equation.
In every equation.
I'm trying to think what he has against his buddy Vlatko that he wants to keep pumping up JMyke Green.
This whole time we're like, Vlatko's on the team to be Jokic.
Yeah,
doesn't like
they
him at all.
secretly hate each other.
Yeah, that dirty Slovenian.
It's not true. But
all right, those were
That's going to get clipped.
Harrison, that was our vote. That was really good, man.
Oh,
Stuff
thanks.
tonight.
Mostly
it was the quotes, but you relayed them very
well. Yeah, no. Well, listen, don't look. I had some work to do there. I had to get them out over you guys who are having a separate
true.
conversation.
That was tough.
altogether.
You guys want to
We
go
got
around
bored
the
about talking
association real
about the
quickly?
Do I?
here?
Quickly.
Around the association. Cavs beat up on the Bulls.
Ooh, the Cavs.
The Cavs beat up on the Bulls 115 to 92.
The Cavs have a lot of good wins.
Darius Garland goes for 24 points. Cavs do have a lot of good wins. It just turns out they're really good. The Wizards, the fighting Wes Unselds, they get a win over the lowly
Ooh, they
Pistons
needed
in a
that.
battle of former Nuggets, Wes Unseld and Jeremy Grant. 119-116. It was a scoring feast. Jeremy Grant had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a loss. Kyle Kuzma led the way with 26 points.
Hell yeah, he did. I've always been a Kuzma guy. You know that about
You
me.
don't care for Wes Unseld Jr., but
I don't not care for Wes Unseld Jr.
I asked if you want to see the Wizards succeed.
Yeah, well, I listen. I like Wes Unseld Jr. as a guy. I think he's a great person. I hope his professional endeavors take him to great places. I don't care about any team other than the Nuggets.
I love that about
I
you.
wish every team that you mentioned against each other produced 2 losses.
I love that.
I don't care about any of these teams.
The Knicks are really on the struggle bus, guys. They lost to the Pacers, who just came out and said, "Hey, we're trading everyone," and then the Pacers respond by playing hard.
Watch
for
the
some
Pacers
reason.
go on a run.
It is weird. Like, can you imagine if it was like, all right, Brandon Spano announces, we're mixing up the Nuggets beat. Everybody's available. We're getting rid of every single bit. And then we came out and we're like, let's have our best show ever.
And this was it.
And this was it.
And then we look at each other in the mirror and we're like, probably a good call. probably break this one up.
Anyway, they get it. Domantas Sabonis, 21
We had
points,
5
11
minutes on a
rebounds,
round
5
of the
assists.
ass.
The Bucks lose to the Heat. Ooh, it could be a big game here. Caleb Martin with 28 points.
Dude, I was just
Wow.
does anything suck more than watching your good favorite basketball team lose because Caleb Martin had 6 threes?
Right, especially when you don't know if it's him or his brother.
or his brother.
Remember
You're
how we
like,
just
oh.
said, literally moments ago, Giannis never has bad games. Well, tonight, 15 points, minus 11. He was 4 of 13 from the field. Pretty bad stat line, 15, 6, and 4.
It's like Jokic hasn't had a game that bad in 4 years.
Statistically, you're right. The other night,
Yeah.
he was really bad, but his number, in the Orlando game, but it was
Yeah.
still 17, 12, and 6.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, 4-13.
15, 6, and 4 is
rough.
a really bad stat line. You're right. Jokic has not had that stat line in
Especially
at
when you
least
go
2 seasons.
4-13.
4-13.
Not to see-
I
didn't
think
shoot.
this was also the first game the Bucks have lost when they've had their big 3 healthy.
Interesting. So take that for what you will. The Thunder win. They beat the
Wow.
Man, you talk about down bad. The Raptors are down bad. 11 and 14.
Dude,
They
every
I
lost.
team
just
is
don't
down
think
bad.
they're that good.
Are they worse
Raptors.
though than the Thunder?
No.
There are
but-
2 good. There are 2 good teams in the NBA association.
The Thunder. You guys want to know something sad? Thunder only have 4 fewer wins than the Nuggets.
That's
They have 8.
very sad.
They have 8 wins.
2 of them are over the Lakers.
They have 2 wins and a 73
I mean,
point
listen,
loss. Or 8 wins
look,
and a 73 point loss.
The Thunder, everyone have just talked about them as if they're tanking and assumed as if they're tanking. Now, in terms of roster construction, that may very well be the case. But their good players play, and they
Yeah.
play hard, and they've won some games.
They have some decent players. SGA,
Yeah.
Dort,
Giddey.
Josh Giddey, Kenrich Williams, Derek Favors. They got players.
Dude, I would love some Kendrick Williams right now.
Kale is texting me how long we're going, very
Yeah,
passive
yeah.
aggressively. The Rockets.
Oh, do you have
beat the
somewhere to be, Kale?
I'm teasing you, Kale. The Rockets win tonight. They also got a win over who? The Brooklyn Nets.
The Rockets beat the Nets?
It was the second night of a back-to-back for the Nets, but
Yeah.
still
Kevin Durant
114,
didn't
104.
play.
KD did not play.
What is this association?
You guys actually want to know something I really believe? James
Yeah.
Harden, he must be hurt. I watched that game yesterday. My God, I'm telling you, man. I honestly, I could relate to this. Doing all the same moves at 50% the speed.
Wow.
He just can't. He gets an ISO, does all his little crossovers, and just doesn't beat anyone.
And
He's got to
also,
be hurt.
dude-
If he's either hurt or he
I
aged
love it.
so fast.
I love
Just he's got
it.
the thought in his mind that if he tries his little
Yeah.
bullshit, he's just not going to get that call.
I love it. Oh, there's nothing sweeter.
So it is pretty funny that he lost to the Rockets.
Yeah, with Jalen Green.
With Garrison Matthews.
Well, actually, Josh Christopher is the leading scorer tonight, 18 points for them. That's just weird. The Mavericks get a win. The Grizzlies get a loss. I mean, the Mavericks winning, usually you're rooting for the teams directly ahead of you, but the Grizzlies kept winning. They're somehow 14-11, and we need them to fall in the standings. So they finally lose one without John Morant. No other notes I have for you guys on that one.
Okay.
Utah Jazz completely smacked the Timberwolves, 136-104.
I think the Jazz are back.
The Jazz are probably back.
There are three clear,
Yeah, I agree.
like, beasts in the Western Conference.
Yep.
The Warriors, the Suns, the Jazz. Clearly, there's a ton of separation between them and everybody else.
And there's one beast in purgatory, and it's the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
The Sacramento Kings are up right now 10 over the Orlando Magic. Don't know if there's anything. Actually, let's check on our old friends. We always have to check
we
on
got
them.
to.
Gary Harris.
Check
Actually,
on
Gary
points.
Harris, guys, sneaky, starting to play a little bit okay.
He's shooting it.
He's shooting it. He's 6 of
He's
10 tonight.
such a qualified
So-
statement. He is sneaky, starting to play a
last
little
few
bit
games
okay.
have been
It's been pretty good.
okay.
It's been pretty good, man. 14 points from him. RJ Hampton tonight, 1 point. Not exactly a great one. We've also got the Clippers up on the Celtics right now by 13 points. And then finally, the Warriors are
Jason
up
Tatum's line.
10. Oh, we have to do Jason Tatum's line?
He
Jason
is
Tatum watch.
3 of 8 from the floor.
Hey, minus 18. A team worst minus 18. Woo.
That's wild.
That's
I bet
crazy.
he looked really good on those 3 shots.
Dude,
He had that one
his
step back
footwork on
crossover
that
between
miss
the
he had
legs,
was
spin
so
move.
good.
Yeah, that
It
was
looked
really
just like
sweet.
Kobe
He
other
did
than
look
the
like
air
Kobe
ball
on
part.
that one, yeah.
And then the Trailblazers down 10 at the end of going into the fourth. I do have Warriors minus 11 in this game. Would really like to see them continue
I
to
think
blow them
that's a
out.
good bet.
Steph
At
Curry,
home.
only 6 3-pointers in this game. He is now 10 away from the record. I'm into it. Are you guys into it? I'm so into this chase for the...
Dude, hell yeah.
I'm tuning in, man. I'm tuning in.
Steph, I mean, if I can't watch Jokic, like if you take that away from me, the next place I'm going is Steph.
So true, man.
I'm good. Just let me know when it happens.
I know. Let me too. If I can't have Jokic, then I'm going to go to Vlatko Cancar.
Yeah,
then
it's
I'm
like
gonna go
Jokic
to-
or nothing for me, to be
Seriously.
honest.
And then I'm going to go to
All right,
the
strong pander play.
NFL.
I'm just saying Curry's
No,
cool.
I'm serious. Like when
I like
Jokic
Curry too.
stops
I'm
gonna start
playing, I'm
watching
going to
Nathan
quit
McKinnon is what I'm
media.
gonna
Serious.
Draymond Green tonight's stat line through 3 quarters: 1 point, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I love Draymond's stat lines; they're so funny. He's going to come up short of a triple double by points.
Yeah.
9 points.
He's the best.
He is the best. All right, guys,
We made it around.
we made it around the whole association.
Association.
All of it. Hit that outro music, Kale. We'll get you out of here.
Ooh, this was a marathon, was it not?
It was a marathon. It's
Winners
always a
lounge,
marathon.
winners
But you know what? Just like Jokic, the ending was the best part around the association. I
Agree to
love. You guys
disagree.
wonder why we don't have a graphic. By the way, somebody made us
We
an
will
awful graphic.
use it,
Shouts
we'll
to
use
whoever made us a guest
We'll
graphic.
use it, we'll use
no,
it.
we won't. Eric told me if I use that graphic, he's quitting.
That's what I said. In no uncertain language.
And I thought, but I just want to know, we appreciate the love. We appreciate the love. Everybody that hung with us for 1 hour and 15 minutes.
psychopaths. We love
you guys
you.
are psychopaths. We love you. We're going to
do
do
love
this
you.
again tomorrow.
And we'll see you on that bus.
Oh,
Party
yeah.
bus. Buy your
Party
tickets
bus.
now. Open up your wallet. See you guys there.